Hello and welcome to Everyday Tarot, your daily dive into the divine wisdom of the tarot. I'm your host, Camille A. Saunders, healer, intuitive tarot reader, and professional witch, and today I'm talking about Numerology Oracle by Rosemaree, Templeton. Whether you're a seasoned tarot reader or just starting to explore, this podcast offers daily insights, intuitive messages, and practical advice drawn from the cards. Each episode is designed to help you connect with your inner wisdom, find clarity in your decisions, and tap into the energy of the universe. Tune in every day, Monday through Friday, for fresh perspectives and empowering guidance from the tarot as interpreted by me. If you love the show, the best way to support it for free is by listening daily, leaving a review, and subscribing or following in your favorite podcast app. You can get my free 2025 5-card tarot spread I created just for you at the beginning of this year by joining my newsletter list. My newsletter always has the most up-to-date info on upcoming events, presentations, musings, and info and photos of my day-to-day life. I am looking for maybe 1 to 2 more guests to be on my podcast before the end of 2025, so we are running out of time here. If you're interested or know someone that might be a good fit, please fill out my form to be a guest on the podcast. Also, if you're interested but you can't make that timeline work, that's okay. You can still fill out my form to be a guest on the podcast. It might just take me a little bit more time to get back to you, or, I'll return in 2026 to get something scheduled. If you're local and you want to meet in person, you can join us for a New Year full moon healing circle, it's a mouthful, on January 3rd from 2 to 4 p.m. You can step into the new year under the light of the first full moon, a sacred time for reflection, release, and renewal. Together with my colleague Izzy and I will reflect on the lessons of the past year, clear stagnant energy, and set powerful intentions for the year ahead. We meet at Thresholds Collective in Tacoma from 2 to 4 p.m. and tickets for the 3rd are up already. So we would love to see you there. We have a little bit longer time, so we'll be doing some extra, New Year specific reflection and releasing rituals. But yeah, very excited to do that. And it will be actually on the day of the full moon on January 3rd. So welcome in the new year with us. And you can find the links for any of those offers in the show notes or on my website, CamilleASaunders.com/everydaytarot, in addition to the images of the cards I pull on each episode. All right, welcome to season 19, where I'm talking all about different decks and how to use them. And today I'm talking about my 13th tarot deck, which is actually Oracle. It's the Numerology Oracle by Rosemaree, Templeton. So, style of the deck, like I said, is Oracle, not tarot. So it has a structure, but not the traditional 78 cards of tarot. I'm going to open it up here and get started. I actually just got this deck delivered over the weekend so I could have my 13th deck to celebrate with my 13 episodes that I love to have per season. And I was talking to a friend about it and I was like, oh, I got this deck, my 13th deck, on December 13th, and so on the 13th, and then also on the 13th month that I've been recording the podcast. So, I started technically in January, so I've been doing it for 12 months, but I actually put out the trailer last December. So right around this time last year, I was putting out the trailer to launch the podcast, to get people excited about it, and to kind of set the scene for what I was going to do for this wild year of doing over 250 episodes of a podcast, recording, putting on episodes every day, Monday through Friday for an entire year. And we are reaching the end. So I will, I'm going to do one more season for this month. What am I talking about? Yeah, this month. So we have some guests lined up, which is very exciting. That's why I'm still looking for 1 or 2 more guests to fill out that season. But, again, we're running out of time. And then part of that season we'll have guests, and they'll be really fun because it'll be on video. One of my friends came in person, which was very fun. But most people will be recorded over Zoom, but you'll get to see our lovely faces and see the cards that we're talking about, which is super fun. And then at the end of the season, I'll be talking about kind of next steps. We'll talk about the new year and kind of what to look forward to on the podcast in 2026. So don't worry, I'm not ending the podcast, but I will not be doing every day, Monday through Friday, for all of 2026. So look forward to that. But anyway, yeah, so I was laughing that I got a numerology deck as my 13th deck on the 13th day of the 13th month that I've been recording the podcast. Feels very as I told my friend, numerology be numerology. So let's get into it. So the style of the deck, like I said, is Oracle. So this is a numerology specific deck. So all of the cards are numbers. I was going to go through. So they actually, it's not like a certain numbers between 1 and something. They do 1 through 11, and then they do 22, 33, and those are the numerology cards. Then they talk about karmic cards, which are number 13, 14, 16, and 19. The abundance cards, which are 21, 40, 43, 45, 53, 63, 64, 69. And then the archangel cards, which are 27, 30, 34, 36, 75. And the ascended master cards, which are 20, 23, 24, 72, 85. And again, this deck is all about numerology, so if none of that made sense to you, that's okay. That's what this deck is all about, is really a learning about numerology, which is basically the study of numbers. But the idea that each number vibrates at like a different speed or frequency, which gives the numbers a different meaning or kind of like a personality. So they do have a brief overview of numerology in the beginning of this deck in their introduction. Okay, so yeah, they say there are 36 reading cards, 14 numerology, 4 karmic, 8 abundance, 5 archangel, and 5 ascended master cards. And the numbers in the deck have been manually linked to color and nature. For this reason, the cards have been illustrated with gorgeous emblems. It is a very colorful deck, which I love. Looking at the images complements the energy of the cards. The deck therefore offers a triple reading and potentially offers an ultra personalized message. The energy of the images will warm your heart and work to provide a more specific reading, which we love. So they talk about, generally how to use the cards, which is pretty, I would say, traditional instructions. They do have some spreads in here. So they have card of the day. They have a Trinity spread, which is like the present, the past, and the future. They have a star spread, which is a 5-pointed star, the query, surrounding influences, elements to consider, possible solutions, and the outcome. And then they actually have a short meditation and kind of a way to get to know your deck, which is very cool. I'm not going to go into that today. You'll have to get the deck yourself if you want to do that part of it. But yeah, so where did I get the deck? I got it online from a witchy store that's local to me called Psychic Sister. I have yet to be there and go in person. It's in Olympia and Portland. They have 2 different locations. But I got this one online, so I just ordered from there. It is produced, published by rockpoolpublishing.com, which is where I got my Season of the Witch Oracle as well. So they put out books, but also a lot of Oracle and tarot cards. You can also often get tarot cards at usgames.com, I believe, because they do get qualified as games. But yeah, so it was about $25 from my local place. It included a little bit of shipping, but Oracle decks are often cheaper because there's less cards a lot of the time. I've yet to have an Oracle deck that's more than 78 cards. I'm sure they exist, but none of the ones I have are more than tarot. And you do have to create your own structure, but yeah, these cards are very pretty. So let's talk about kind of, again, what they look like more. So any changes from Rider-Waite-Smith, of course, it's an Oracle deck. The back of it kind of has little like circles that are almost like how Venn diagrams are, where they like connect to each other, and then in all different colors that are some of the colors on the cards. I actually have yet to shuffle this deck, so the cards are all in order right now, which is not exactly what we want for our reading necessarily, but yeah, on the front of the cards it shows it has a border saying what kind of card it is, a word associated with it, and then it says that in actually the top part and the bottom part of the card. And actually there are also like animals or symbols on the card. So like the 0 card is love. So it's a bunch of hearts, and it says comfort. The number 1 card has roosters on it and it says individuality. Number 2 has cats and it says cooperation. Number 3 has monkeys and it says creativity. So I'm not gonna go through all the cards, but that's a sample of what to expect there. So the next questions are, what do I like to use it for, and anything I wouldn't use it for? Well, to be honest, I don't know yet. I can imagine using it as kind of like a clarifying card in a spread that maybe needs, like I said, some, like you pull it from another deck and then you want some clarity. Of course, you can just like learn about numerology through this deck. Let's see, anything I wouldn't use it for, again, like it's not traditional tarot, so if someone was looking for that. What else? If someone doesn't want repeating images, that just because it is a little like a psychedelic looking in that way. It's much more muted colors than like traditional psychedelic imagery, but it does actually have a kind of like 1970s view to the deck. Yeah, what else would I say about it? I mean, yeah, I plan to use it to get to know a bit more about numerology. I know a bit of it. I talked about it in my major arcana seasons, which would be seasons 2 and 3, because I was going through all the cards, and all the major arcana cards of tarot have numbers associated with them. It's 0 through 21 for 22 cards. So they actually also have a 0 in there. But yeah, I think, yeah, so that's what I'm going to use it for. Like I said, I could imagine using it like in a spread where maybe you do a whole tarot spread and then it's like, okay, what I need a clarifier, or in a spread where you could pull it like different decks for each card number of the spread. I think it'd be cool I feel like you could like make a spread, maybe even based off of a number. That seems cool. I don't know why that came to mind, but that seems very cool. Like I said, they have some spread details in the front, but there's not like a lot. It just says like a card of the day, the 3 card spread. Like a trinity, which is kind of like a past, present, future. And then they have the star one, which is like a 5 card with maybe slightly more of the traditional tarot ideas. I feel like it is simple, and it's like a thing where you could learn all of these numbers and like have that association with them already, which that seems very cool. That's kind of why I thought it would be fun to kind of have this deck. I also honestly, I was talking to someone about it last week, but when I was looking at a new decks, like I love tarot cards. I love to like look at the imagery of them. I love being able to kind of like have art as in my pocket, 78 images of art. But honestly, when I was looking at tarot decks, I was just kind of like, I don't know if I need another tarot deck right now. Like despite the art, right, the structure is the same. And I honestly was a little bit like, it's kind of boring. So Oracle, you know, maybe for someone like me that's starting to collect more decks, I think I started this season with like maybe 5 decks, or not this season, this podcast, and now I have 13. So if you want to create a habit, now you know how. Be like me, talk about tarot and oracle cards on a podcast, and then you end up with a lot of them. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and pull a card now to see kind of what message the deck has for us today. I have shuffled it a bit more, so hopefully it's not just in order anymore. Okay, I had one fly out. Okay, I got 6 reasoning. I don't know if this deck has reversals. I don't think so, but I did pull it in reverse, so. Okay, reasoning. It says the double triangle overlaid symbolizes thinking and reasoning. Okay, so it has like no, it's a 6-sided. What is that one? It's not septagram, that's 7. Anyway, a 6-sided star. The card indicates that to be loved and to love unconditionally might be all you ask of family and friends. However, it is understood that to be appreciated for the little things we do for those we love goes a long way. In drawing this card, you are reminded that you are loved and appreciated. You are being urged at this time to continue giving comfort where needed because you are the comforter and you are loved in return. Home and family are nothing without the comforter. If appreciation does not appear to be forthcoming, try not to allow that to hurt your heart. Take comfort in knowing that within each of us we have all the love in the world we will ever need. Perhaps knowing this might give some loving comfort to you. It says this number vibrates to orange, scarlet, and heliotrope, a pinkish purple color, and that is what is depicted on the card, and it says it shows power, maternity, and love for humanity. Wearing a garment, tie, or pocket handkerchief in these colors will assist if you need help in realizing unconditional love. And it does have like dogs on it, which is very sweet. All right, well, so now you get to know that deck a little bit. Links for the decks I talk about will always be in the show notes and on my website if you'd like to look at them or purchase them. And thanks for joining me today on Everyday Tarot. Just as a reminder, the podcast comes out daily, Monday through Friday for all of 2025. You can email me, me@CamilleASaunders.com with your thoughts, questions, and more. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.